So let's start with a new chapter, that is lecture number 26. Secure HTTP. Though their names are very similar, there is a difference between secure HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP is a technology that protects each message sent between two computers, while HTTPS protects the communication channel between two computer messages and more, right? So HTTPS uses SSL, TLS, and HTTP to provide a protected circuit between a client and a server. So as HTTP is used if an individual message needs to be encrypted, but if all information that passes between two computers must be encrypted, then HTTPS is used, which is SSL over HTTP. Now see, he is in this particular slide, he is going to tell you the difference between HTTPS and SHTTP, secure hypertext transfer protocol and hypertext transfer protocol secure. There is a difference between. There is a major difference between these two protocols, right? The one we have to learn, that is HTTPS, which works with SSL, right? And we know that secure socket layer is a protocol which is going to encrypt your session between your web browser and your server, right? However, SHTTP is a technology that protects each message individual. I mean, if some individual message needs to be sent and you want to encrypt that particular message, or you want to secure that message individually, then you need to have your SHTTP protocol that might be used. But most of the time, because your whole session needs to be encrypted, then you have to go for HTTPS. And HTTPS might be using secure socket layer or TLS, that we need to learn in the next few slides. That might be used inside this, right? We need to learn about secure electronic transaction, right? Secure electronic transaction is a security technology proposed by Visa and MasterCard to allow for more secure credit card transaction possibilities than what is currently available. SET has been waiting in the wing for full implementation and acceptance as standard for quite some time, right? Although SET provides an effective way of transmitting credit card information, businesses and users do not see it as efficient because it requires more parties to coordinate their efforts, more software installation and configuration for each entity involved, and more effort and cost than the widely used SSL method. Now see, SET is a method that is being used as a security technology when someone is Visa or MasterCard. I think you all are very well aware about all type of credit transactions that are being made all over the world. I mean, let's suppose you are sitting here and you want to send some money to an international bank account or some international partner or like that. You must need to transact it through, I mean, there are only few ways. I mean, by sitting in Pakistan, how can you do that? So, I mean, this is the, if you are sitting in Pakistan, how would you do that? You have a PayPal or you have certain sort of Visa and MasterCard. So that is acceptable to all over the world when you are doing any transaction. So in order to secure credit card transaction, I mean, whatsoever the transaction that you are being made through Visa or MasterCard, that needs to be, I mean to say that secure by a technology that is called as your secure electronic transaction, or that is called as SET, right? So but it is bit costly. I mean, this is a bit older concept, and it's better to use SSL method rather than your SET technology when you are implementing. But there are many other technologies nowadays in the world or in the market which are going to I mean, make your credit card transaction secure, right? So you need to, I mean, Google it, okay, what type of other methods are available nowadays which are going to make your transaction more secure, right? All right. So SET is a cryptographic protocol and infrastructure developed to send encrypted credit card numbers over the internet. the following entities would be involved with a set transaction, which would require each of them to upgrade their software and possibly their hardware. Now see, this is very simple. You need to learn कि जी set आपके पास एक ऐसा cryptographic protocol है जो आपके पास encrypted credit card information को send और receive करता है over an internet, because this is very confidential. So yes, I was telling you that how important your credit card information is. I told you when I was going to London at that time, I have done some transaction, I mean online transaction to buy some ticket from an internet, right? And during those days, there was a lockdown or like that. There is some clash between India and Pakistan, and all the airspaces were closed for 2 to 3 days. And exactly on the day or the day after that particular lockdown, I have to travel to London or like that, right? What happened? Due to that reason, I have cancelled my earlier flight, right? And I have booked a new flight on the same day, because due to that particular lockdown, the tickets were not available with the different I mean to say that जो आपके पास होते हैं, जो tickets आपके दे रहे होते हैं, ठीक है? So the only availability of the ticket was through online. I mean, as soon as the airspace was open, these I mean to say that tickets were available over the websites of, I mean, I have googled it and I have found certain I mean tickets online, right? So what I have done, I have searched a ticket from Pakistan to Dubai, and then sorry, Doha, Qatar, and then from Dubai to Qatar to London. That was so I have booked that particular flight, and that website was unsecure. I mean, that was a normal website, and it has only been available over there, right? I have done my transaction, I have made my transaction over there over that particular website. That's fine. When I was in UK, right, after 2 or 3 days, I was I mean at my I mean to say that at my hotels, at the room of the hotel, and I got a message on my email, right? I have received an email, and in that particular email, what happened? They have somebody has used my credit card, and they try to access my credit card and did a transaction over that particular credit card, but that transaction was retracted because I was not available in Pakistan, and maybe the message would send for I mean for one-time password. I mean message would be sent to my mobile number, and I didn't respond to that particular message or like that, right? So because of that, that transaction was restricted. But mostly 80 to 90% he has done the transaction, right? So that's what I mean to say, that how secure or how important your credit card information is when you are being done. Yes, that is your one-time password, right? So for that reason, you must have to do any type of transaction, I mean credit card transaction, over a secure website. Either the website is secure or they are using certain type of third-party tools which are going to make your transaction more secure, right? So SET is a sort of cryptographic protocol that is going to ensure that particular thing. Now, what are the steps? The steps are secure electronic transactions. You have issuer, that is the card holder's bank, the financial institution that provides a credit card to the individual, like there are different banks. Then you have the card holder, the individual authorized to use a credit card, that I mean you or me, that is the person. Then you have the merchant, the entity providing certain sort of goods, जिसको हम vendor भी कह सकते हैं, जहां से आप कोई चीजें purchase कर रहे हैं. Then you have the acquirer, that is merchant's bank, the financial institution that process that particular payment cards, right? I mean, definitely if there is some, I mean to say that issuer, then there must be some bank also that is going to process the credit card information or the any site of any type of financial transaction, right? Then payment gateway, this process the merchant payment, it may be an acquirer, right? So these are the few I mean components that might be the part of your secure electronic transaction, right? To use SET, a user must enter his credit card number into his electronic wallet software. This information is stored on the user's hard drive or on a smart card. The software then creates a public key and a private key that are used specifically for encrypting financial information before it is sent, right? Let's say Ahmed wants to use his electronic credit card to buy his brother a gift from a website. When he finds a perfect gift and decides to purchase it, he sends his encrypted credit card information to the merchant's web server. The merchant does not decrypt the credit card information but instead digitally sign it and sends it onto its processing bank. Now, this is how your secure electronic transaction processing is going to be done, right? I mean to say that let's Ahmed wants to have some sort of buying over an internet. I mean, he wants to buy some gift for his brother or like that, and he has to send an encrypted card information over that particular merchant's web server. I mean, whatsoever the web server is, like Daraz हो गया आपके पास, इस तरह की जो भी आपको provide कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Now the merchant does not decrypt that particular credit card information. आपकी information जो है वो decrypt नहीं कर पाएगा वो, but what he has to do, but instead he has to digitally sign it and sends it on to the processing bank. अब वो information आपकी process होके कहाँ पे चली जाएगी? Digital signature का मतलब तो आपको पता है कि this is going to show you the trust that this entity has a trust relationship between that particular merchant bank and that particular merchant, right? So this information, after generating a digital signature for that particular entity, it would be sent to a processing bank, and that processing bank is going to actually perform that particular transaction, right? So at the bank, the payment server decrypts the information, verifies that Ahmed has the necessary funds, and transfers the funds from Ahmed's account to the merchant's account, right? Then the payment server sends a message to the merchant telling it to finish the transaction, and a receipt is sent to Ahmed and the merchant. I think इसमें कोई इतनी rocket science नहीं है. I mean, let's suppose if any one of you have used any type of credit card, किसी ने use किया हो, ठीक है? तो let's suppose आप Max पे जाते हैं या कहीं पे भी जाते हैं, आप अपना कार्ड डालते हैं, ठीक है? कार्ड आपसे लिया जाता है. They are going to input your last 4 digits of your credit card, and then they use to input certain sort of information like the payment information कि कितने की आपने purchasing की है. Let's suppose 10,000, 15,000 or 20,000 आपने input किया. Then he has to send that information to the merchant's bank. I mean, definitely अगर मेरा HPL का credit card है तो वो information आपकी उस particular बैंक के पास जाएगी, ठीक है? अब होगा क्या कि in response HPL या जो भी आपके पास बैंक है वो उसको प्रोसेस करेगा, बट मेक श्योर दैट पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन वुड बी नॉट बीइंग प्रोसेसिंग एट दैट पर्टिकुलर लोकल मर्चेंट्स वेबसाइट और वेब सर्वर. दैट इंफॉर्मेशन वुड बी सेंट टू द बैंक सर्वर जो भी आपके पास होगा या जो क्रेडिट कार्ड का जो बैंक है उसके पास जाएगी. नाउ दे हैव टू प्रोसेस और decrypt the credit card information, process that particular information, and then send receipt to that particular person. आप जैसी वो information जाती है, it would be asking you certain passwords or pin code of your credit card. आप उसमें pin enter करते हैं, तो उसको process कर रहा होता है, ठीक है? Process होने के बाद जैसी transaction आपकी approve होती है, ठीक है? A message would be sent and email would be sent to a particular user जो आपकी registered mobile number होगा और registered email address होगी for the security reason कि your credit card has been charged over a max at this particular time and amount of this has been deducted from your bank credit card or like that, right? So this is a pure whole how the credit card information is being transmitted between your merchant and your merchant's bank and all these things, right? So at each step an entity verifies a digital signature of the sender and digitally signs the information before it is sent to the next entity involved in the process. This would require all entities to have digital certificates and to participate in a PKI. देखें इसमें जो आपके पास जो भी एंटिटीज इन्वॉल्व हैं, वी मस्ट हैव टू ट्रस्ट देम. आई मीन अगर आपके पास दराज इन्वॉल्व है तो दराज मस्ट हैव टू साइन दैट पर्टिकुलर मैसेज बाय यूजिंग डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट. अगर आपके पास आप क्रेडिट कार्ड परचेज कर रहे हैं थ्रू अ दराज तो आपकी बैंक की इंफॉर्मेशन सारी की सारी दराज के वेबसाइट पे होगी, ठीक है? आप वहां पे अपनी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन इनपुट करेंगे. इनपुट करने के बाद दैट इंफॉर्मेशन वुड बी सेंड टू द दैट पर्टिकुलर बैंक सर्वर. तो अब हर एक एंटिटी अपने वे से उस मैसेज को डिजिटली साइन करेगी so that each entity can trust each other, because maybe Daraz cannot trust MCB Bank or MCB Bank cannot trust Daraz. So by having a complete PKI. PKI का यही concept है ना, public key infrastructure may contain a complete ecosystem which contains all these transactions like symmetric, asymmetric, hashing and all these things. So अब क्रेडिट कार्ड ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए हमारे पास एक पीकेआई क्रिएट है, हमारे पास एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है जिसके अंदर ये सारी की सारी ट्रांजैक्शन पॉसिबल हो रही है, ठीक है। सो दिस इज हाउ योर क्रेडिट कार्ड ट्रांजैक्शन इज गोइंग टू बी पॉसिबल एंड हाउ द डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट आर बीइंग जनरेटेड एट ईच एंटिटी at the end of each entity, and then that secure transaction can be possible between the entities, right? So this is basically a very secure way of doing business over the internet. But today everyone seems to be happy enough with the security SSL provides. They do not feel motivated enough to move to a different and more encompassing technology. So the lack of motivation comes from all of the changes that would need to take place to our current processes and the amount of money these changes would require. So as they are going to say that nowadays we have the SSL secure connection that is being made between the web browser and the web server. So mostly transactions are being done through the secure socket layer protocol or like that, right? Then this was regarding how the credit card transactions are being made and what is the difference between HTTPS and
सर
HTTPS.
सर जो क्रिप्टो करेंसी होती है अभी जो हमारे पास इन मार्केट में चल रही है, बिटकॉइन हो गया, एथेरियम हो गया, फिर अपना रिपल हो गया, तो सर वो बेटर सोल्यूशन नहीं है एज कम्पेयर टू दीज ट्रांजैक्शंस?
हाँ, तो आपको ये बात नहीं पता कि आई मीन वर्ल्ड के अंदर मोस्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीज आर एक्सेप्टिंग क्रिप्टो करेंसी नाउ। आपकी ये कौन सी है मुझे बताएंगे? क्रिप्टो करेंसी का नाम क्या है हमारे पास?
सर बिटकॉइन है, इथेरियम है
हाँ,
और
बिटकॉइन,
रिपल
यस,
है।
बिटकॉइन हो गई। ये जो भी आपके पास अभी आ रही है ना, ऑल इन द वर्ल्ड आपकी जो भी ट्रांजैक्शन, मलेशिया ने भी कर दिया है और 2-3 कंट्रीज हैं विच आर एक्सेप्टिंग योर क्रिप्टो करेंसी। आई मीन अब आपका बिजनेस, इफ यू आर नॉट moving according to the market और if you are not making yourself according to the world, तो आप तो वर्ल्ड से आप कर ही नहीं सकते। आई मीन टू से दैट आप तो कट होके रह जाएंगे। सो until and unless you are not making your infrastructure अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, डेफिनेटली इसके लिए पूरा आपको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाना पड़ेगा ना। आपकी सारी की सारी क्रिप्टो करेंसी नॉर्मली तो नहीं होती। यू मस्ट हैव अ पब्लिक की इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जिसके अंदर ये सारी इंक्रिप्शन, डिक्रिप्शन, बिटकॉइंस और ये सारे प्रोसेस हो रहे होंगे। ब्लॉकचेन जिसको हम कहते हैं, ब्लॉकचेन की बेस के ऊपर बिटकॉइन का कॉन्सेप्ट आया था ना। तो अब ये सारी की सारी चीजें बनाने के लिए आपको पूरा एक ecosystem बनाना पड़ेगा। This means that your computer based system, right? And based on that you can do। अब आपका पेपॉल भी खत्म है, आपकी ऑनलाइन बिजनेस आप डॉलर्स में भी अब आप पेमेंट नहीं कर सकते। आई मीन आफ्टर 5 years there is no any transaction that is being made through dollars or like that। You need to do all the things through क्रिप्टो करेंसी। ये तो हो रहा है, बिल्कुल हो रहा है, तो इसमें तो कोई ऐसा नहीं है। लेकिन अगर हम ही कैपेबल नहीं है तो हाउ कैन वी डू दैट? हमें तो पता ही नहीं है कि हमारे पास वो पैसे ही नहीं है क्रिप्टो करेंसी, हमारे पास अकाउंट्स ही नहीं है, तो हाउ कैन वी डू दैट? आई समझ में बात?
यस सर, गॉट इट सर।
ओके, then we have the cookies। I think you are very much well aware about के cookies क्या होती हैं। पता है किसी को कुकीज क्या होती हैं? डू यू हैव एन आइडिया?
यस सर।
क्या होती हैं?
सर हम किसी वेबसाइट को विजिट करते हैं ना, तो वो हमारा एक तरह से पैटर्न वगैरह या फिर हमारी जो एक्टिविटी होती है उस वेबसाइट के ऊपर उसे नोट डाउन कर लेते हैं और उसे सेव कर लेते हैं, जैसा कि हमारे पासवर्ड वगैरह हो गया, या फिर हमने किसी पोस्ट को लाइक किया है या कमेंट किया है किसी चीज के ऊपर, जस्ट लाइक दैट, तो वो हमारे कुकीज बनते रहते हैं। तो
So do
इससे
you
सर
think
उनके पास
cookies are dangerous for you?
सर ऑफ कोर्स सर, आप किसी की आप मिसाल तो अगर आप सर एक टूल आता है जी एंटर के नाम से ना, तो अगर आप उसे यूज करके आप सर किसी का भी डेटा जो है वो तकरीबन बहुत ही एक्यूरेसी के साथ निकाल सकते हैं। अगर आपके पास किसी के कुकीज आ चुके हैं तो आप उसकी पासवर्ड भी निकाल सकते हैं, आप उसकी अगर उसे कहीं ट्रांजैक्शन किए इवन क्या वो भी निकाल सकते हैं, उसका डेटा भी निकाल सकते हैं अगर वो बिल्कुल मतलब इनक्रिप्ट वगैरह नहीं है ना, तो इट इज वेरी डेंजरस। लेकिन सर हमारे पास जो है क्रोम में ये है कि वो हमारे पासवर्ड वगैरह सेव कर रहा होता है और थोड़ा बेटर ऑप्शन है क्रोम के हिसाब से, लेकिन इट इज वेरी डेंजरस सर, टू बी ऑनेस्ट।
All right, so I think किसी ने मैसेज किए। Okay, so cookies are the text files that a browser maintains on a user's hard drive. Cookies have different uses and some are used for demographic and advertising information. As a user travels from site to site on the internet, the site could be writing data to the cookies stored on the user system. Obvious, समझ आ गई होगी बात, ठीक है। आपकी वेबसाइट एक फाइल मेंटेन करती है which is going to store the information regarding what you have visited, at what time you have visited. There are certain pictures, certain text messages or like that that is being stored in that particular file. The site can keep track of the user's browsing and spending habits and the user specific customization for certain sites. For example, if Bilal goes to mainly gardening sites on the internet, those sites will most likely record this information and the type of items in which he shows most interest. So most of the time it is better to empty your cookies, या आप अपनी cookies को जो है ना वो delete कर दे रहे हैं. It is a better option कि that will not make your system most vulnerable. ठीक है, तो आपकी cookies जो है अगर वो आपकी information store कर रही हैं, आपके web pages को store कर रही हैं, तो you can delete them from your program files. So it is a better option when you are going to make your system secure. Then when Bilal returns to one of the same or similar site, it will receive his cookies. It will retrieve his cookies, find he has shown interest in gardening books in the past and present him with its 9 of gardening books. Actually होता क्या है? This is something like which is going to increase the proficiency or the efficiency of your system. Let's suppose you are daily visiting Gmail, you are daily visiting Facebook, you are opening the Facebook on your to say that computer, you are opening LinkedIn, you are opening Google or like that. These are the websites. Now these are the very frequent websites which are going to be open. What the cookies are going to do, they are going to store the different information. Like loading certain sort of web pages require certain sort of images or like that, right? So these are being stored onto your local computer. Now when next time you are going to open up that particular website, so it would not take a lot amount of time to open up, or to say that open that particular website at your client. So what it is going to do, it is going to take the basic information or the frequent information from the client side, from the cookies, और बाकी information जो है वो आपके पास server से आ रही होती है. So it might increase the efficiency or by loading the website in a very small amount of time. That's what the basic idea regarding the cookies, that why the computers needs to store cookies or like that. But because nowadays everything is vulnerable, तो cookies के through आप उसको negatively use करें तो you can get the passwords or like that, or any confidential information that you are searching or that is being stored over a cookies can be used by some adversary or like that, right? So this increased likelihood of Bilal purchasing a book of his liking. This is a way of zeroing in on the right marketing tactics for the right person. The servers at the website determine how cookies are actually used, right? So when the user adds item to his shopping cart on a site, such data are usually added to a cookie. Then when the user is ready to check out and pay for his items, all the data in this specific cookies are extracted and the totals are added. As stated before, HTTP is a stateless protocol, meaning a web server has no memory of any prior connection. So this is one reason to use cookies. They retain the memory between HTTP connection by saving prior connection data to the client's computer. That's what I have told you, that आपका data store हो जाता है for the time being, and when you are again coming to the same website, these values would be fetched out and used to access that particular information in a rapid way or in a very efficient way. This is the main reason to use the cookies onto your computer, right? For example, if you carry out your banking activities online, your bank's web server keeps track of your activities through the use of cookies. When you first go to its site and are looking at public information such as branch location of operations and CD rates, no confidential information is being transferred back and forth. Once you make a request to access your bank account, the web server sets up an SSL connection and requires you to send credentials, right? So this is again the one thing, information is being stored, but when you are going to do any sort of secure transaction, that connection is being established with the SSL protocol or SSL secure socket layer, and the information would be transferring in a very secure way, right? Once you send your credentials and are authenticated, the server generates a cookie with your authentication and account information in it. The server sends it to your browser, which either saves it to your hard drive or keeps in its memory. So suppose you look at your checking account, do some work here, so do some work there, and then request to view your saving account information. The web server sends a request to see if you have been properly authenticated for this activity by checking your cookie. अब ये इसने बड़ी सिंपल सी बात बताई हुई है कि मोस्टली अगर बैंकिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन को छोड़ के आपका जीमेल अकाउंट भी है या कुछ भी है तो आप पहले ऑथेंटिकेट होते हैं. Once you are being authenticated, then your information will be received or retrieved from the server to the client. ठीक है, और client के पास आपकी वो cookies store हो जाती हैं. Next time when you access that information, so that would be, I mean to see access in a very normal way, right? Most online banking software also periodically requests your cookies to ensure no man in the middle attacks are going on and that someone else has not hijacked the session. It is also important to ensure that secure connections time out. This is why cookies have timestamps within them. If you have ever worked on a site that has an SSL connection set up for you and required you to re-authenticate, the reason is that your session has been idle for a while and instead of leaving a secure connection open, the web server software closed it out. Now see, most of the time you have seen कि आपना Gmail का अकाउंट आपने खोला हुआ है और आपने उसको थोड़ी देर के लिए खाली छोड़ दिया. I mean you haven't accessed that particular web page for a particular amount of time. So even your password is saved on your web browser. तो आपका साइट जो अकाउंट है ना वो लॉक्ड आउट हो जाता है. Now it is again asking you that you need to re-enter your password or I mean पासवर्ड तो आपका पहले ही लगा होता है तो आप उसको वेरीफाई that is verify your identity. वहाँ पे वो ये कहा जाता है कि verify your identity because it could be the possibility you may left the system and somebody else is the part of the system and access that particular system and accessing your information. For that reason, first of all, कि आपको अपना कंप्यूटर किसी को देना ही नहीं है, यूज ही नहीं करने देना. एंड सेकेंडली यू डोंट नीड टू ओपन योर जीमेल्स और योर कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन समवन अदर्स कंप्यूटर. ये तो बड़ी बेसिक सी बात है कि नेवर ओपन योर गूगल और एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ ईमेल अकाउंट और एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ बैंकिंग अकाउंट on somebody else computer. वो भले आपका भाई क्यों ना हो या आपकी सिस्टर या मतलब जो भी इस तरह की चीजें आपने किसी और के अकाउंट पे नहीं खोली. The reason is this is a very confidential information. It could be the possibility you have opened that particular account on your sister's or your brother's computer. Maybe that computer, your sister or your brother is going to share that computer with his or her friends, right? वो अपनी दोस्तों या अपने दोस्तों के साथ वो अपना लैपटॉप शेयर करती है, ठीक है, ये करता है. तो अब डेफिनेटली they don't know you but they know her. ठीक है, उसके बाद वो उसके साथ आपके अकाउंट के साथ कुछ भी कर सकता है. मे बी शी डजंट नो बट उसकी फ्रेंड ने अगर आपकी इन्फॉर्मेशन उठा ली या उसके फ्रेंड ने उसकी आपकी इन्फॉर्मेशन उठा ली तो इट वुड बी अ बिग डिजास्टर फॉर यू, राइट? सो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न कि आपने अपनी इन्फॉर्मेशन कहीं पे भी इस तरह के कंप्यूटर पे ओपन नहीं करनी. दैट इज वल्नरेबल. So a majority of the data within a cookie is meaningless to any entities other than the servers at specific sites, but some cookies can contain usernames and passwords for different accounts on the internet. The cookies that contain sensitive information should be encrypted by the server at the site that distributes them, but this does not always happen, and a nosy attacker could find this data on the user's hard drive and attempt to use it for mischievous activity. Now see, I told you that cookies might store the user IDs and passwords and basic information regarding the user, but it could be the possibility some of the users or some of the web servers are going to encrypt their cookies because if they think that their information is very much secure तो उसको ऑटोमेटिकली इनक्रिप्ट कुकीज भी हो जाती हैं. लेकिन दिस इज नॉट हैपनिंग फॉर एवरी कंप्यूटर. आई मीन ओनली द एंटरप्राइजेस व्हिच थिंक्स दैट देयर डेटा इज इंपॉर्टेंट दे यूज, बट नॉर्मली आपके पास कुकीज इंक्रिप्टेड नहीं होती. तो होता क्या है, आपके जो एडवर्सरीज होते हैं दे ट्राई टू एक्सेस द कुकीज एंड ट्राई टू फेच आउट द बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन और द कॉन्फिडेंशियल इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द कुकीज. तो यू हैव टू बी वेरी मच वर्रिड अबाउट योर कुकीज कि आपने कुकीज की इन्फॉर्मेशन को भी किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करना, या इफ समबडी इज एक्सेसिंग योर कंप्यूटर ही माइट बी गोइंग इनसाइड योर कुकीज and access the basic information or the confidential information, right? Finally, the last slide is going to tell you that some people who live on the paranoid side of life do not allow cookies to be downloaded to their systems, controlled through browser security controls. Although this provides a high level of protection against different types of cookie abuses, it also reduces their functionality on the internet. Some sites require cookies because there is a specific data within the cookies that the site must utilize correctly in order to provide the user with the services he requested. अब जो जिनको पता होता है, those who knows the basic information security concerns, so they used to disable the cookies most of the time. ठीक है, वो अपनी firewall से किसी भी वे से उसको disable कर देते हैं so that the cookies might not be stored inside your computer. लेकिन कुछ ऐसी websites होती हैं which are going to, I mean, confirm you. I mean to say that in the way that you have to store the cookies inside your system. Without that, your computer or your website would not be opening or like that. So for them, you need to store them onto your computer or compel. They used to compel you to store the cookies onto your computer, right? So this is all regarding the cookies. That's the end of today's lecture.